There are places on Earth that feel like more than just a spot on the map. They feel like gateways to another world. The moment you step into them, even the air vibrates differently, as if an unseen presence is watching you. The silence there isn't peaceful, it's unsettling, because hidden within that silence lies a secret cloaked in darkness. And today, we're talking about one of the most mysterious places on this planet, Mount Shasta. Some call it the heart of the world, others, the home of the gods beneath the earth. But everyone agrees on one thing. What happens on this mountain is anything but normal. If you're ready, let's dive into the depths of this mystery together. By the way, if you enjoy this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Your support means a lot to me. Welcome to my channel, Discovery of the Mystery, where we will uncover the secrets. Mount Shasta rises in Northern California's Siskiyou County, standing nearly 4,200 meters tall, completely isolated from any surrounding mountain range. It towers alone, like a silent giant. Scientists say it was formed by a series of volcanic eruptions tens of thousands of years ago. But the locals insist it's not that simple. Those who live near the mountain tell stories of strange happenings. People walking through the forest at night suddenly hear a deep humming sound, followed by an unnatural chill in the air. Some claim to have seen lights that appear out of nowhere in the sky, only to fade silently moments later. Others have heard metallic echoes rumbling from within the mountain itself. And every adventurer who comes here hears the same warning. Don't go beyond the tree line, because that place doesn't belong to our world. According to native traditions, Mount Shasta is the point where our world intersects another dimension. Modern researchers, meanwhile, note that the mountain has one of the strongest magnetic fields on Earth, perhaps explaining why no one can fully understand what truly happens there. The lands surrounding Shasta have been home to indigenous tribes for thousands of years, the Klamath, Modoc, and Wintu peoples. All of them share one belief: the mountain is the dwelling place of the sky people. Legends say these beings descended from the heavens, appearing as glowing orbs of light, sometimes taking on human form. The tribes tell that they move among the clouds and at times walk through the mists surrounding the peak. Ancient carvings at Petroglyph Point seem to confirm these stories, depicting human-like figures, falling stars, and spirals that some researchers believe could represent a star map. To the Native Americans, the sky people were spirits, yet others claim they were entirely physical beings. This belief mirrors something found halfway across the world, in the Himalayas. The Tibetans speak of massive beings living deep within their forests, Metokagmi. Among the native tribes, the same name appears as Matakagmi. Two different continents, two different cultures, yet the same word. This similarity has puzzled researchers for decades. Both the Tibetans and Native Americans believed these beings were a hybrid race, half human, half something else. Perhaps Mount Shasta truly does bear traces of that race. Many believe the mountain is hollow, sheltering an ancient civilization within. Countless people claim that beneath Shasta lies the last remnant of the lost continent of Lemuria. Lemuria, as old as Atlantis but even more mysterious, is said to have been a civilization that mastered the control of energy and magnetism, perhaps even space and time itself. According to myth, thousands of years ago, a great war broke out between Atlantis and Lemuria. Weapons of immense power shook the earth, continents sank, civilizations vanished. After the fall of Atlantis, its survivors retreated underground, to Agartha. The Lemurians, however, traveled across the Pacific and settled beneath Mount Shasta, where they built a city they called Telos. According to the legends, this city was surrounded by tunnels stretching for miles, its walls lined with crystals. These massive crystals were said to provide both light and warmth, serving as the civilization's main energy source. And the Lemurians, some believe, are still living there to this day. People who visit Mount Shasta for meditation claim to have made contact with them. Some UFO researchers even suggest that the strange lights seen around the mountain are energy discharges from the underground city. At this point in history, a new name appears: J.C. Brown. In 1904, Brown, a geologist working for a mining company, discovered what seemed to be a stone-sealed tunnel entrance while surveying Mount Shasta. He cleared the entrance and ventured inside. The tunnel stretched nearly 15 kilometers. Symbols lined the walls and strange metallic objects were scattered across the floor. The deeper he went, the more unbelievable it became. Gold-plated armor, intricate statues, and tools far beyond the technology of his time. At the tunnel's end, he entered a chamber where he found 27 giant skeletons, each over 3 meters tall. Terrified, Brown fled the site, resealed the entrance, and kept his discovery secret until 30 years later. In 1934, Brown finally told his story to a group of explorers in Stockton, California. The revelation caused a frenzy. Newspapers ran headlines like "Gateway to Lemuria Discovered," and an expedition of 80 men was organized overnight. But the next morning, J.C. Brown vanished. He was nowhere to be found. Not in his home, not at his hotel. He was never seen again. From that day on, Mount Shasta became known as the gateway to the lost city of Telos. The disappearance of J.C. Brown remains one of Mount Shasta's greatest mysteries, but his story is far from the only strange event linked to this mountain. Shasta is infamous for its mysterious vanishings. It's one of the regions in the United States with the highest number of unexplained disappearances, and some of these cases are truly baffling. One of the most chilling is the case of Carl Landers, an experienced mountaineer. In 1999, Landers and 2 friends arrived at Mount Shasta for a climb. Despite warnings from locals, they decided to push for the summit. Everything seemed normal at first. Landers followed behind his team as they ascended, until suddenly, he was gone. His friends turned around, and Carl had vanished. Search teams scoured the area with helicopters, thermal cameras, and hundreds of volunteers. No trace was ever found, not a footprint, not a shred of clothing, not even a piece of equipment. It was as if he had simply ceased to exist. Another strange case occurred in 2011. A 3-year-old boy went missing while camping in the area with his family. After hours of frantic searching, rescuers found him alive, just a few hundred meters from camp. He was perfectly fine, but what he said next was disturbing. The boy told his parents, "My grandma came and took me into a cave. There were frozen people in there. She gave me a piece of paper and told me to pee on it. But I didn't." His parents dismissed it as imagination until they told the story to his real grandmother. She turned pale. She recalled that months earlier, she and a friend had gone camping in the same area, and both had suddenly blacked out. When they woke up, they found identical wounds on the backs of their necks. "We thought maybe a spider had bitten us," she said, "but something felt wrong." Whatever the boy had seen, the family couldn't shake the feeling that it was connected. They vowed never to return to that place again. Another strange case occurred in 2000. A 70-year-old woman named Rosemary Cutts, who had recently lost her husband, joined a spiritual retreat in search of emotional healing. The destination, Mount Shasta. But the moment she began her solo meditation hike up the mountain, she vanished, without a trace. Despite days of intensive searches, no sign of Rosemary was ever found. Some researchers try to explain such disappearances through the region's magnetic anomalies. Shasta is one of the most electromagnetically active zones on the planet. Compasses spin out of control, and radio signals often fail. Yet the local tribes say it's something far beyond science, that this energy actually emanates from the beings living inside the mountain. And many believe the missing people were taken by the Lemurians themselves. In 1983, a man from the Karuk tribe claimed that while camping above the tree line, he saw two gigantic human-like figures. "We closed our eyes," he said, "and when we opened them, they were gone." Some believe these beings are guardians of the mountain. Others think they're not human at all, but entities disguising themselves as humans. There are even theories suggesting the Lemurians have been conducting genetic experiments for thousands of years, studying human DNA. As unbelievable as these stories sound, many locals truly believe they are real, and the scientific data adds another layer to the mystery. Measurements taken around the mountain have indeed detected significant electromagnetic irregularities. Over the years, hundreds of UFO sightings have also been reported over Mount Shasta. Witnesses describe glowing orbs appearing over the peak and then shooting straight into the mountain as if entering through an invisible door. In some videos, lights can be seen spinning within clouds before fading away. NASA's X-point theory, published in 2013, added yet another dimension to the debate. According to NASA, Earth's magnetic field sometimes connects with the sun's field, forming energy portals. If nature can create such portals, could an advanced civilization do it deliberately? While many scientists dismiss this idea, UFO researchers claim Mount Shasta lies exactly at the center of this global magnetic grid. And intriguingly, most UFO sightings in the region occur near these NASA-identified magnetic intersections. Could that really be a coincidence? Or is Mount Shasta standing atop something far greater than we understand? None of the legends surrounding Mount Shasta have ever been proven. Neither the Lemurians, nor the tunnels, nor J.C. Brown's story. Yet the myths persist. Every year, thousands still make their pilgrimage to this mountain. Some to meditate, some to feel the energy, and others hoping to uncover the truth behind the disappearances. Today, Mount Shasta still stands silently, like a bridge between earth and sky. Perhaps the Lemurians truly were there. Perhaps they never left. Maybe we're living amid the echoes they left behind. And what if Mount Shasta isn't just a mountain at all? What if it holds the remnants of a forgotten human past? Who knows? Maybe some secrets are simply waiting for us to be ready to understand them. So what do you think? Could Mount Shasta really be a gateway to another world? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this mysterious journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until our next discovery, stay curious.